Hi, welcome to the Computer Guy Reviews. This is going to be the review for the MeshForce M1. This is the 1 year review, so we've had this guy for over a year. We had some concerns when we started. If you guys have not seen that video, go ahead and check it out. Link in the description, or I may have a pop-up here at some point. Still having some issues, like I talked about before in my last video. We're getting to the point now, it's getting to be about once or twice a week. It's leaning more towards twice a week that I have to go disconnect the devices, the mesh devices, and I have to basically power cycle them to try and get them back on. I guess it's not too much of a hassle. Yes and no. For me personally, and I'm sure most of you guys are the same way, when you hook something up and you set it up, leave it and forget it. That's what the premise of this device is supposed to be, is that you plug it in, leave it, forget it. Fortunately, I have not had that success. I also noticed that there is a schedule feature that pretty much at a certain time during the night you can have it reboot. I didn't have very good luck with that. When I reached out to the manufacturer about it, they said, "Oh, don't use that feature." So that kind of questions some things, but they basically told me not to use the feature. I tried using the feature; it doesn't work. It worked okay during my week review, and that's why I never brought it up. But here over the past year, I've been using it to see if it makes it any better or worse. Most of the time, it just locks up the devices. So definitely recommend not using it if you have this product. There is still no firmware updates. So the firmware update that I believe I had last year within the first week. So when it launched, it had an update, and then I updated it. Since then, like I said, over this past year, it still has not had any firmware updates. I'm questioning it more and more for the fact that if they don't have any firmware updates, that means one of two things. One, either there's no need to do firmware updates. It's a great product. It works without any problems. There's no problems, and it's great. Unfortunately, that for me at least, is not the case, and it leads me to believe that there's no firmware updates for the second point, that there is hardware problems. Generally, you'll post firmware issues if you can kind of software tweak things so that it's not going to cause problems and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that's not the case with these. I feel like it's more hardware issues, and that firmware is not going to be able to fix those things. So the next point, one of the upsides that I've had over this past year, is for people that are wanting to purchase this. I bought this a little over a year ago for $169, and it is now $109. So it's $60 US dollars off. That may vary depending upon where you are in the world, but I'm not sure if I would still pick it up for that price. For me personally, probably not even get this product and get something else. I do have a review for another product. I'll post that in the description. In fact, I have it here. I won't post that up, but I'll have it in the description. But go check that out. So that's pretty much it for the 1 year review. I guess to recap, I don't think it's a fluke anymore with some of these issues that we have. Previous video that it doesn't have a gigabit, that still kind of bothers me, because there are a lot of devices out there that are going to that. There's still no updates. When I talked to the company shortly after I did the review last year, they didn't seem like they were too interested in making firmware updates, unfortunately. And even though it's gotten cheaper, I would probably still pass on this product, if I were to be honest. If I were to update the score on it, I would probably give it a 2. That's it for now. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Also, don't forget to do the bell so you get notified of the updates. A lot more of these are here to come. Thanks for watching, guys.